Today I'm going to show you how to make some quick and easy faux rock for your aquarium that is made from high density pink insulation foam. I'll be using the Hot Wire Foam Factory Industrial Hot Knife Kit. First, you should always use a good quality chemical respirator. The fumes that come off the foam during cutting are toxic. The foam cutting kit comes in a great little carrying case. There's a full set of instructions. There's a variety of different bendable blades and wires. There are several lengths of cutting blades. The cutting knife tool itself, and a sled guide. The cutting blades are sharp blades with prongs on the end. The hex tool provided is used to loosen the brackets on the cutting tool in order to install the blade. Each prong gets inserted into each mount and then the hex bolts are snugged down with the tool. The sled guide is used for carving shapes lengthwise into a piece of foam. It has two prongs located in the middle of the main plate that are inserted into the cutting tool mounts. As with the blades, snug down the mounts on the sled prongs but do not over tighten. The bottom of the sled will rest on the foam, and the thin bendable blade shown here will allow me to cut a thin groove into the foam. The blade can be bent to form any sort of shape you desire. With the sled resting on the surface of the foam, allow the cutting tool to heat up and pull the sled towards yourself. The cutting blade in this instance will cut a very thin groove in the foam resembling a mortar joint. It is best to draw some sort of guide on the foam to follow before you cut. Pull the trigger on the cutting tool and cut through the foam. There is an adjuster knob on top of the cutting tool that will allow you to control the heat generated at the blade. Try for a temperature that will allow the cut to be clean without vaporing away too much of the foam on either side of the blade. At this point, you just need to cut various rough shapes. These will be used as the basis for our first rock formation. I am wearing gloves during the cutting process in case I accidentally touch the blade to one of my fingers. The blade can get extremely hot and you will get a pretty severe burn if you're not careful. Continue cutting as many shapes as needed for the rock formation you're trying to create. The great thing about rocks is that they are random in shape, and virtually anything you cut out to use will probably work just fine. I have found that the very best thing to glue foam together with is spray foam. All you need to do is install the trigger and the spray tube onto the nozzle at the top of the can. These three pieces will make up my rock formation. Spray foam will expand a lot. Use just a little in between both pieces being glued. Once all the pieces are glued, place a weight of some sort on top to keep the glue from pushing the pieces apart during curing. Wait at least 24 hours for the spray foam to cure completely before moving on to the next step.